We could all use some encouragement. And I've got some good news for you. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Mark. Hey, greetings friends, and welcome back to 5 Minutes with Mark. Glad you're here. It's Friday. We're going to wrap up this incredible story about the Gadarene demoniac. Mark chapter 5. Remember, the people from the surrounding area have come. They've seen the dead pigs. They've seen the man in his right mind. They've begged Jesus to leave. We pick up the story, Gospel of Mark 5 at verse 18. And when he got into the boat, he who had been demon-possessed begged him that he might be with him. However, Jesus did not permit him, but said to him, "Go home to your friends and tell them what great things the Lord has done for you and how he has had compassion on you." And he departed and began to proclaim in Decapolis all that Jesus had done for him, and all marveled. Wow. Now, as far as I can tell, this man is the first Christian missionary, the first one sent out by Jesus himself to go proclaim the good news. And he's a Gentile. Pretty interesting. The man does what you would expect him to do. He says, "All right, Jesus, I got nothing here. These people, well, they really hate me now. I just want to be with you. You transformed my life. You changed my life. You saved me. I just want to be with you." And that's an absolutely understandable reaction. Anyone, I would have said the same thing, I'm sure. And Jesus looks at him, and it's interesting, because what you kind of expect Jesus to say is, "Come on, man, climb in the boat. Come, let me teach you some more stuff. Let me get you ready." But no. He says to him, "Go home to your friends. Go home to your friends and tell them what great things the Lord has done for you and how he's had compassion on you." What do we learn about the Lord here? Go home to your friends. See, Jesus, he loved this man. He cared about this man. But guess what? He cared about his friends too. He cared about his home. He was concerned about where he came from. And he knows that the most powerful thing that exists is the testimony of a transformed life. Go and tell. And that's all we're all called to do. Go to your friends. Tell them. What change could be made if every believer in Jesus simply did that, made a point of intentionally going to their friends and their neighbors and their families and their loved ones and their coworkers and the people around them, and not in an obnoxious way. You don't have to be obnoxious about it, because the truth is, your testimony of transformation is miraculous. It's just as miraculous as this man's. And that's what changes lives. So people aren't really convinced by good theology. I've discovered, I like apologetics. I like to defend the gospel. I like to have these arguments and stuff. I like theology. I think the Bible is just so rich and full of all kind of interesting stuff, and I love it. But in the real world, that's not what people are looking for. Yeah, people are looking for answers to big questions. But the answer, the most radical answer we have, is see what God did in my life. See what he's done for me. See how he has had compassion on me. Let me tell you about how I was, and let me tell you about how I am. Let me tell you about my years in darkness, let me tell you about the difference Jesus Christ made in my life. Let me tell you and demonstrate my allegiance to his lordship by the way I live my life. St. Francis of Assisi once said, "In all ways, preach the gospel. Use words if you absolutely have to." See, I believe that a transformed life is a testimony. But I do believe there's a time that we're supposed to go and tell what God has done for us. And I believe that if we begin praying and looking for those opportunities, he is going to give them to us. And he's going to use us just like he used this demon-possessed man who had said, departed and began to proclaim in Decapolis, 10 cities. He went from city to city, telling this incredible story of where he was and where he is. And the difference was an encounter with Jesus. Nothing's changed. I have the same story. Where I was, where I am. And the difference was an encounter with a living Lord who loves me, who called me, who changed me. Hey, look for an opportunity this weekend to tell somebody about what Jesus has done for you. And if you struggle to tell that story, well, maybe it's time to fall down on your knees before him and worship him and acknowledge who he is, Son of the Most High God, and discover that compassion for yourself. It can happen. It can happen right now. Hey guys, thanks for hanging. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye. I hope you're enjoying this Bible study, this quick devotion. If you'd like more content, you'd like to know more about me and see more of the things that I'm doing, check out my website, theeclecticmonk.com. There you'll find out about my video vlog, my podcast, and a whole lot of other stuff. Hope you'll join me there. Thanks.